Blue is the most powerful color in Commander, at least according to Wizards. According to the Wizards Game Changer list, a list of 40 cards deemed the most powerful and game-changing in all of Commander, Blue has the most cards in any color at 9. Colorless, including lands and artifacts, only has 10. We've already talked about how Red has 2 and Green has 3 cards on this list respectively, but you know what? I think there are at least 5 more Blue cards that could easily be on this list.
9 cards currently on the list are Expropriate, Thassa's Oracle, Urza Lord High Artificer, Mystical Tutor, Jin-Gitaxias Core Augur, Fierce Guardianship, Force of Will, Rhystic Study, and of course Cyclonic Rift.
A pretty insane list, no doubt, but here are 5 more blue cards that I think could easily be on this list.
Number 1, Narset, Parter of Veils. Blue 1 for a Planeswalker. Each opponent can't draw more than 1 card each turn. -2, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a non-creature, non-land card from among them, put it into your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order.
Narset's a pretty absurd card just anyway, like it doesn't allow anybody to draw any extra cards, but you pair this with like a wheel, anything like that, and it gets completely out of hand. I've taken this out of all of my decks that don't want to just be oppressively unfun, which I think is a pretty good indicator for its, candidacy as a game changer.
Displacer Kitten would be number 2, Blue 3 for a Cat Beast, 2/2. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, exile up to 1 target non-land permanent you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control.
We talked about how many just like absurd combo lines exist with Displacer Kitten, and if you're playing this card, you're probably doing something super, super unfair. I get you could argue this is not a game changer because it needs so much support around it, but it combos with like a ham sandwich to win the game. I think it qualifies.
Number 3 is Force of Negation, Blue 1 for an instant. If it's not your turn, you may exile a blue card from your hand rather than pay the spell's mana cost, counter target non-creature spell, and then exile it if it's put in its owner's graveyard that way.
Now, in the article explaining the Game Changers list, Wizards actually talked about the choice to not put Force of Negation on the list because Force of Will can protect your combo on your turn, and Fierce Guardianship is actually free. So Force of Negation is a 2-for-1, not on your own turn, which makes it a little bit less effective. However, if you're in blue, you can probably win at instant speed. A lot of these decks can. I think Force of Negation, to be honest with you, is almost just as good, and the fact that it exiles the thing is pretty significant.
Number 4, let's go with the only legal piece of Power 9 in Commander, Time Twister, sorcery for Blue 2. Each player shuffles their hand and library and graveyard all together and draws a new 7.
Pair this with Narset, nobody but you is having a good time. Look, wheels are very, very powerful. This card is insanely efficient. It does a lot of really powerful stuff. I considered Windfall here, but Windfall can be really bad in some situations. Time Twister is almost never bad. Just one more card on this list. Be sure to hit that follow button if you guys want to see the rest of the series. Like I said, I've already done red and green. I'm going to do the other colors as well.
Number 5, I'm going Mystic Remora, probably the least powerful of the 5 cards here, but still so efficient and oppressive on turn 1. Cumulative upkeep 1 for an enchantment for blue. Whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, you get to draw a card unless that player pays 4.
In most situations, Mystic Remora is like blue, draw 3, draw 2, draw 4, something like that. Sometimes it's even better. It all depends kind of, but if you go first or second, you play this and somebody wants to cast like a Soul Ring or anything like that early in the game, you're going to draw a bunch of extra cards. It's really, 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 really good, and that's why it's played on every single CDH deck in blue ever. Let me know below if you agree or disagree in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one.